Hi, Melyan. Perfect.
Hi.
Welcome, and the floor is yours. Over to you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Amar. Thank you, Catherine, for inviting us. So I will share my screen. Let's see if it works. Does it work? Do we see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Perfectly.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Melyan Vizina. I am a ecosystem intelligence at Bonjour Startup Montreal. So this is early morning in Montreal. So I hope everybody had their first coffee of the day. And thank you so much to the StartupBlink team for making me travel this morning. So today I'm here to present you the Montreal Startup Ecosystem. So let's go right into it. So for the people who might not know who Bonjour Startup Montreal is, we are a non-for-profit organization that was founded in 2018. We are funded by the Quebec government and the city of Montreal. Let me just close the camera just in case you were able to see it. I know everybody. And so our mission is to facilitate the growth and visibility of the Montreal startups and Montreal startup ecosystem, and to make Montreal one of the most dynamic ecosystem in the world. So welcome to Montreal. So let me present to you 6 of the main reasons why Montreal is an amazing startup ecosystem. The first one is location. So Montreal is a strategic entry gate for the European market because we have our location on the eastern part of Canada. And we can also fly from Montreal, New York, and Boston within a 90 minutes flight or less. Talent, Montreal is vibrant with talent right now. Montreal was named the best student city in the Americas. We have more than 180,000 universities students, 11,000 of them are in AI-related fields. We have in average 179,000 IT professionals, and we're ranked 7th in North America for IT jobs concentration. Montreal is the most affordable metropolis in North America. Our operation costs are lower than in major cities in regards to the software development. The average is 29%. And we also have a 30% tax credit for R&D expenses. So the next 3 main reasons, Montreal is definitely an open city. We are open to diversity. We are a bilingual city. We speak both French and English. And we definitely have creativity in our DNA. we are renowned for our vibrant show scene. We have amazing restaurants as well. So there's a lot of dynamism in the city. We have the low school tuition fees, family allowance, and affordable health cares. Montreal have great purchasing power still, and the housing market is still very affordable compared to other major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. So definitely there's a quality of life in Montreal, a good quality of life. We have the chance to be supported by 3 levels of governments. So we have the City of Montreal, Quebec government, and Canada's government. And the 3 of them are sending us always a strong and consistent signals that startups do matter. The City of Montreal, for example, has 11 startup funds and the forms of loans, grants, and they also offer financial supports for incubators, accelerators, and support organizations as well. The Quebec government is always involved in a lot of projects to support entrepreneurs or to support the organizations that helps entrepreneurs. And the Canadian government offers a ton of services for startups. They have a concierge service to help startups better understand their programs. So they're really involved. And so we're very lucky to have all those 3 level of governments that helps us every day to help startups. So let's jump into what makes Montreal startup ecosystem, which are the main actors. In Montreal, you're never really alone because we have a lot of actors that play roles in making startup progress. We have funding partners, support organizations partners. incubators, accelerators. We have a corporate innovation. Corporate innovation businesses, we have co-working spaces, and we have more than 1,200 startups in the ecosystem right now. And so the ecosystem is always buzzing, and it's really dynamic in here. And what's very interesting is we collaborate on a day-to-day basis in between the different categories of actors, just to make sure that the offer we have for startups is consistent, and that we really are able to answer their questions, and we're a very open ecosystem. So it's easy for startups to knock at doors and get the answers that they need, or to be redirected where they need to be. Let me just see if I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yes, I didn't mention, but one of the main positive aspect about Montreal is that as a share gross domestic product, Quebec's R&D expenditures are the largest of Canadian provinces. So that's important to share, important information to share. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about our activity sectors. We have a lot of activity sectors in Montreal, but I think the one that we're the most known for is AI and deep tech. We're home to the AI-powered supply chain hub called Scale AI. We also have the world's largest academic research center in deep learning called MILA, and the Institute for Data Valorization, IVADO. We have 7 AI accelerator programs in the city, 9 research centers, and 17 corporate labs. So AI is definitely the biggest branch that we have, but life science is getting stronger and stronger in the ecosystem, and we have booming activity sectors like mobility, social entrepreneurships, and clean tech that are definitely having strong actors right now in the strong organizations to support it. And so definitely there's a place for everybody in our ecosystem, but we have strong and world-renowned resources in Montreal. So well, I see that my slide is not super, I don't know what happened here. I hope you can still see really well. So as I mentioned, we have we are home to some of the world-class accelerators. So according to UB Top 20, Santec and McGill X1 accelerators are some of the best university-affiliated accelerators. District 3 is an example to follow according to the prestigious BRITA organization Nesta, and ENTREPRENEURSHIP incubator was described as a unique, diverse, and inclusive model by the OECD. In Montreal, we have the chance to have some amazing co-working space to work at, so you no longer need to work in your garage. We have beautiful places to help build your creativity and your business, so you're more than welcome. Money, of course, is very, very important, and so from early stage funding to scale-ups, we have a strong, I would say, a strong investment chain. So for the 5 most active ventures, we have for the 5 most active ventures in Canada, we have Real Venture, Panache, Innovia, Capital, and Investissement Québec. We have the largest also angel investors network called Ange Québec. We even have a front row venture, which is led by students, led and managed by students. So Montreal is a place where startups grow. Here are some of the latest, highest funding rounds that we had in 2019 and 2020. And we also have the first quarters of 2021 was also breaking records for the city. So investment never stopped during the pandemic. Actually, we're seeing an increase from last year's number. Earlier, I mentioned that Montreal was a diverse ecosystem, and it is definitely true. We have different organizations that work on this every day. Startup Mosaic and Quick Tech Montreal are some of those organizations. As an ecosystem, we also vote collectively to be a more diverse city, so even more diverse city if possible. A more diverse city, and to work also on our social impact, social and environmental impact. We also support women entrepreneurs. We have amazing programs. Two of them are Founders and Femmes, which is now called Evol. And those are organizations that help women understand from ideation to growth how they can work better on their business, with their business model. And it can be from mentorship, it can be from networking events. We have a lot of diverse programs to support women entrepreneurship in the city. Maybe you have heard of it, but we have Startup Festival, which is an amazing event which happens every year. This is a startup festival, basically the name says it, but it attracts more than 7,000 participants every year, and there's $1 million in prizes and investment during this event. There's more than 125 speakers, and 60% of the content is presented by women or people from minority backgrounds. And so every year, the Startup Fest is definitely one of the main event where the startup community goes to meet and to meet new people as well. So if you have the chance to go to one of those Startup Fest edition, it's definitely a good choice for you to go to connect with us, of course. So Montreal is globally recognized. So here you can see some of the prizes that we've received over the years, but best student city in Americas, most affordable major city in Canada, for example, best cycling city in North America as well. But one of the main reasons we're known for in Montreal is to be welcoming. And so feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, or if you're just curious to learn a little bit about Montreal. Montreal International, Montreal International is doing a great job to really explain how each activity sector in the city is booming, and how Montreal can help you based on your activity sector and the type of business you're in. So you should check them out as well. I hope I was okay in time. And so again, my name is Melyan. I am from Bonjour Startup Montreal, and this was the Montreal Startup Ecosystem.